Let's begin with a fun fact about Virginia head coach Ryan Odom, who joins us now. Despite the fact that you're from the city I currently call home, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, you are a Toronto Blue Jays fan.
Yes.
Why?
My cousin Ross, he is the GM of the Blue Jays, Ross Atkins. And he graduated from Wake Forest University and was born and raised. I don't know if he was actually born in Miami, but raised in Coral Gables, Florida. And so grew up playing baseball and, got into that sport in a big way and just worked his way up the ladder, in the professional ranks. And so we're all really proud of him. And man, he was so close to winning that World Series, wasn't he?
Paint the picture for me. Game 7. Where are you? How locked in are you?
I'm in Charlottesville watching it on TV, yelling at the TV. And it was just such an amazing, I think we all were captured and captivated by that series. I mean, it was just the players and the managers, everybody involved from both organizations did such a good job. It was one of those deals where you're like, you hate for anybody to lose. And, unfortunately, our beloved Blue Jays did, but they're coming back this year. So I'm excited for them to get going here.
Shout out to a couple East Carolina Pirates, my alma mater, Treya Savage and Jeff Hoffman, both really good pitchers. You remind us, you graduated high school what year?
So 92. Yeah,
so
92.
So it's only right that the season started with us together, you opening up a baseball card pack from the 1992 season.
Oh, nice.
And closing the season at the Final Four with that.
There we go. Thank you. I appreciate it.
We can open that up and you can enjoy that.
Ryan
Odom is with us here. We were chatting with John Shire, Duke head coach, and he said he didn't want to be here after what happened this past week, but has been overwhelmed by the reaction within the coaching community.
Yeah.
You faced him in an ACC championship game. How do you even process what that was?
That was a hard one. I just saw him just a second ago, and I said, I know everybody's saying it, but I'm sorry about how that ended. And we play this sport, and we all coach, and we give everything we can to it. As coaches, you just, you have one chance with that particular team and some of these kids that you coach, because, he's got Boozer there for 1 year and some of these other guys that, he's only going to be able to coach in that season. And you just hate it for them because they get one chance at it. And, obviously UConn had to make the shot, they had to make the play there to have it go their way. And so you have to give them credit. There's no question about it. But, Duke had such a special year, and Coach Shire just did an amazing job. I marvel at his ability to follow Coach K in that situation, and to do it the way he's done it with such class and grace and a competitive spirit, has been really fun to see.
It's a reminder of how cruel this sport can be, and how we've all been programmed to define seasons based on whether or not you can win 6 straight games in March. And you know that about as well as anybody, because Tony Bennett had the label of can't win it, lost to your UMBC team. And then we, of course, know what happened the year after that. I guess, how do you put into context March, knowing how important it is for the sport, but also how small of a sample it is?
It's hard, I mean, everybody's season ends, except for that one team, that wins the national championship in a negative way. And I say that, with all complete respect. The locker room at the end of the season is really hard. Never had that many guys sobbing after a season and hugging and literally crying after a tough loss like we had to Tennessee. Felt like we had the team to advance even all the way here. And it wasn't in the cards for us this year, but that's what life is all about. Like, you have to be able to respond to things that don't go your way, and you're hopeful that things will happen and positive things will happen, but you also have to be prepared when you don't quite reach it. And then you have to put things back into perspective and realize all the great things that happened, over the course of the season. We were fortunate to go 30-6. And these players that I was fortunate enough to coach and our staff was fortunate enough to be around really did a great job of connecting with our fans, which is really hard to do in this day and age where kids move around. And this particular group, will be remembered at Virginia for a long, long time.
Let's close with, perhaps, if you will indulge me, the ability for me to ask a nerdy roster building question.
Yeah, sure.
We know the transfer portal opens up on Monday.
Yeah.
That's a big day. But your roster's evidence, and some rosters here at the Final Four are evidence that international has become more important than ever to recruit. Where does Monday fall in the international calendar? Is it different than the calendar you get with transfer portal for college kids?
I would say it's different. I mean, we're prospecting the international players all season and watching film and following them and communicating with folks overseas, all year. And so that's something that, goes on the entire time.
Well, I guess when's their off season? Like, when are there dates in the calendar you circle to have open spots on your roster if you want to have those players?
Yeah, what you do is you can go over in the summers and you begin to watch them at a young age and you watch them grow and mature. And then certain guys will just stay over there. Certain guys will go direct to the NBA because they're so good. And then there's a collection of guys that will decide, hey, I think college might be good for me, for 2 years. And we certainly have several on our roster, this past year, and we'll have more next year. That makes sense for us at Virginia. But, it's definitely, we have a global game now, and you're probably making a mistake if you don't go out there and try to sign some guys overseas as well.
Ryan Odom, thanks so much for doing this.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.